Hi Taurus, how are you doing? This is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. If you do know your rising sign, it's a little bit more accurate, but it doesn't really matter. You can watch it for whatever placement that you have. So this is a reading for the 28th of September to the 6th of October, and that's because I want to start from Monday to Sunday the week following. We do have a new moon solar eclipse in Libra on the 2nd of October, so that will throw a little bit of disjointed energy into the mix. But let's see what we get. So the eclipse will be in Taurus' 6th house of physical health and co-workers, collegiality. So for some of you, you may be working in large groups at work and trying to basically make a project or an event work out, and you're having to be a little bit more like collegial than normal. For others, focusing a lot on your physical health, focus on a diet, working at the gym, that kind of thing. So we've got the Devil in reverse, the Emperor, the World, the Magician, the Four of Pentacles, Death, King of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Swords, and Queen of Swords. If you saw my horrified look, that's because there was so much energy here, I couldn't believe. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, bear with. Some of you are really committed to moving away from a narcissistic person towards a more, what you might call a gentleman. So this Devil card in reverse, I mean, I think this is trying to, move away from something that is very narcissistic, maybe a connection in your life that was very lustful or was only based on lust and it was very superficial. And going towards the Emperor, which is much more of a take charge management, Aries energy, and much more responsible. I think to have these together, if this was reversed, I would be like, okay, this is a very tyrannical narcissistic person, but I think this is you moving away from this towards a nicer person, or just realizing, actually, I do want a nicer person and I deserve that nicer person as well. So I think moving away from that energy. The World as well, this conclusive energy, I think works as well. You're trying to move away from this person and you've just decided straight on it, I want to move away from it. The World is super successful at that as well. So I think actually you're going to be getting some support from the stars and also people in your life to help you move away from that kind of toxic person. And towards a person that is much more of a gentleman and a leader and has much more of a fatherly energy, actually, and much more of a, I'd say warmer energy, someone that's just a little bit less relying on trying to gaslight you and whatnot. And they're like, I don't need to do all that because I know who I am, and they have much more of a higher self-esteem. So that's the kind of energy I get. And I think you're manifesting that energy as well with the Magician here. The fact that you have the World and the Magician as well, I think you are really manifesting that successful ending and moving towards something nicer. I wouldn't, from just a little bit of advice, I wouldn't manifest on an eclipse because the energy is far too volatile. But I do think, saying I really want to move towards something else and deciding to cut something else off, by all means do that, and I think that's going to be very successful. And also because the Emperor with the Magician is strategic advantage, so this is like you're winning the war. You're winning the war against this toxic narcissist, basically. That's the energy I get, and I think it's going to be quite fun for you to go through that, because you're going to be like, haha, told you, that's the energy that comes through. Six of Swords, this is like new plans and moving away. I think it's drifting away from something. It's for some of you it's a travel kind of energy, but for this energy that I'm putting it together, I think you are moving away and making a new plan. You're manifesting the ending of something that you didn't want in your life and now moving towards something else. For some of you, and I get this really heavily with the 6th house energy, is that you're manifesting a new job. Some of you are getting a new job, or you're trying to move towards a new job, specifically because it will help you with your finances with the Four of Pentacles. This is kind of like trying to hold on to money. For some of you, you really could do with that income boost, and so you're manifesting moving towards a new job. And for others, you're really thinking about moving away, or either finding a job abroad that will give you more money and that gives you more sort of more of a boost in self-esteem. The Death card, I should have mentioned the Death card with this Ten of Swords and the Queen of Swords, which makes so much sense as well with this Devil card in reverse. Death is just ultimate transformation. Don't be too scared about that. Although I think it should be the death of this freaking devil, that's for sure. Ten of Swords is that pain and grief as well in the past, that you've gone through this energy. This person has put you through the ringer. And then Queen of Swords is knowing your sense of self-worth. This is self-esteem, high self-esteem, and knowing exactly what you need to do. I think that energy is so transparent. I also think that there's just an energy of rotting and decay. These energies is like, it's decay, basically. Something is rotted. And for a lot of you, that's that feeling that you used to have in your gut whenever you dealt with this person, where it felt like you were literally rotting inside. And it just felt like, it's just not a nice feeling, you know, it's not a nice feeling. But I think you're like, you know what, I'm going to move towards something I actually want to do. I want this more of this emperor figure in my life. I am a Queen of Swords. I am, you know, I'm everything and more. And that's the energy that comes through. And then we also have the King of Cups as well, which is a nice kind of energy that I think you could also be manifesting into your life along with the Emperor. Very sort of creative energy. So it's like, again, that person that doesn't make you feel like you're rotting inside, but makes you feel like you've got the sweet spot between being creative and in love, and just feeling like you've got everything going on. For other people, that's related to the job that I just mentioned, because King of Cups is very entrepreneurial. And this is very innovative. So it's like, again, having to think outside the box a little bit in order to get a new job or to get more money. And I think that's going to be related to the sixth house of, you know, collegiality and working with co-workers, and, you know, trying to set yourself apart from your co-workers, basically, especially if you've been looking for a promotion or you've been manifesting something along those lines. So as I mentioned, we do have an eclipse on the 2nd, so I wouldn't advise manifesting. However, setting a goal or moving away from something and deciding on something is fine. You don't need to worry about that. You know, you can make decisions, that's fine. But we just want to make sure we're making the right decisions for us, and not going back into old patterns, really, or not trying to hold on to something that we shouldn't have held on to, because that's the energy of holding on for dear life. We shouldn't have held on to that toxic narcissist, but maybe we didn't know they were narcissistic, or we just didn't really, you know, they were duped. Some of us were, you know, in a lustful haze and didn't know. And we didn't care either. So that energy comes through, but we do need to transform and move away from that now. And I think that's going to help you. I think for some of you, because you're feeling so good about yourself, it's going to be like, I'm going to go to the gym, get my body in check, and feel even better and more excited about, you know, being me, being myself, and putting myself forward. So Taurus, exciting reading for the week. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you for the reading next week. Bye.